Wagwan Two Tone Podcast.
We're here with Mo from Ferris. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Podcast based on music, ska, and reggae. So, first question I have is how do you feel about two-tone ska compared to third wave ska?
I think I like two-tone better than third wave.
Nice.
I think I listen to it more, but that could just be because, part of my employment involves playing third wave ska all the time. So it's not necessarily something I want to be listening to for 30 years, for the last 30 years. I think I'm more into two-tone, but that was my intro to ska when I was a kid. So I have it's part of my heart.
Yeah, an
I
affinity.
mean, third wave is too, obviously, because I'm in a third wave ska band, but two-tone is always going to come first.
I like the two-tone. I like the two-tone. Plus, it's a calmer skanking beat.
Definitely easier to dance to,
Yeah, it's easier to dance.
especially at my age now.
Our age.
Our age.
Yeah, I think I still get off on. I still like the scatolites. Like I still like that kind of a scatolites beats too, as well as the the specials and things like that. But I like to hear the jazzy and the sounds, the horns and different instrumentation that's playing, and it's just hypnotic.
Yeah.
I remember going to see the scatolites play in I think it was Irving Plaza, and I brought a friend with me from the hood. Didn't know that his father was in the scatolites. He was like.
What?
His father was like an original Scatolites. I brought him into something that he hadn't been exposed to since he was in Jamaica. Crazy, right?
Wow.
You know that the trumpet player Moore? I think his name is Tony Moore, but this dude's father was the original Scatolites, Irving Plaza. And he was just looking at me like I was crazy, but I didn't know. He didn't tell me at that time either. He didn't tell me that his father was in that band.
Like no idea that
No idea.
you're
No
like, hey,
idea.
let's go to a show.
Because he
A
wanted
live music show at
he wanted
Irving
to hang
Plaza.
out.
Yeah.
He wanted
that's
to
it.
hang out,
And then you go and then you're watching the show and suddenly he knows all the songs and he's singing along and you're like, hey man, I didn't know you were into ska.
He never told me.
How'd you find out?
Facebook.
It's like a movie.
Facebook.
Facebook.
That's hilarious.
I was like, yo, and he says something like, happy birthday, dad, like happy birthday, dad. I was like, happy birthday, dad?
What? Know who your dad is?
Did you know who your dad is? Dude.
That's crazy, dude.
It's crazy.
That's a good story.
The first time I saw Scatolites was like in '94 at the Galaxy Theater or something like that.
Mm.
Orange County.
So you got the original ones then. You got the original ones then. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
The original dudes.
The original dudes.
Yeah,
Yep.
94, something like that.
Yep.
You know, that kind of happened to me with the Skylights too. I was at Miss Lily's and my waiter was in the band. He was the dread guy. He was the guitarist.
No way.
The new version. You know the dread guy, guitarist?
Yeah. You mean the new version?
The new version, yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I'm like, how do I know you from? He's like, oh, I'm in the Skylights. I'm like,
wow.
Yeah. Miss
That's
Lily.
kind of amazing when you're a waiter or just your friend from the streets just happens to somehow have a association with the Scatolites. When Ferris in the 90s had like 2 singles on alternative radio or whatever, I was living in Hollywood and I went to like a Big Lots or like a 99-cent store when Big Lots was like not as Big Lotsy as it is now. It was like a lot like Big Lots. It was more like a small Lots, but it was kind of like a 99-cent store or something like that at the time. And I remember going there because it was like right up the street from where I lived in Hollywood. And the girl that was panhandling in the front of the store, I come out and she's like, hey, are you? And I just looked at her and I was like, nope, no. And I just kept walking with my like 20 99-cent store bags. I'm all, I got a great deal. Shit. I got noticed. She right here. This is Sassy.
Oh, there you go. Hey.
Sassy. This is my girl, Sassy.
Hey, Sassy. Is that your alter ego?
This is, the wig is named Sassy. Each wig has a name. This is Sassy. And I have a sassy sister, Sandra, who
Yeah.
hasn't been styled yet, but she's getting ready for the next tour.
But do you become sassy in the wig?
I definitely become a sassy lady when I'm in the
Yeah.
wig.
Oh,
But
we see you on the stage.
yeah, I'm pretty
It all
sassy.
it all comes off.
Whatever comes off on stage. She's like, sassy is just, she's a main.
Should.
Hey, yeah, was your hair back?
I don't know.
You have a great mane of hair yourself. So does
Thank
Gooley. I mean,
Trying to
everybody has
align.
more hair
Trying
than
to
I do.
align.
So I'm always envious of everybody's hair. Yeah, you know those like little, did you ever have braces? I didn't, but rubber bands that you put on
Yes.
your braces. I could put all my hair up in one of those tiny little rubber bands. That's how much hair
Wow, that's
I have.
talent.
Like, my hair is so fine. Yeah, that's why I have to wear wigs. But so I look at people's hair like Jeffro and Cooley, and I'm just like, I wish I had hair. I have to go through so much on the road. I mean, I spend most of my day just styling this little bitch.
Oh man.
I just all day I'm just like just watching the news and like blow drying and curling and washing and dyeing, and it's a lot. But you know, it's very meditative, and it's better than getting up to no good. It keeps me in my room out of trouble. So
Who's your favorite artist?
my lifetime favorite artists would be like Bowie and Prince. When I started singing when I was like 11 years old, it's funny,
Yeah.
this comes up in like every interview. I don't know why I bring it up, but I started studying opera. I was an opera singer for like 8 years
Wow.
as a child, and that was my area of study. But I still like had my sister's musical influence, my older sister. Specials, Selector and the Body Snatchers, The Clash when I was a kid. So I never really like fell into the like opera scene, like the mold. I never fit in because I was never, I mean, I was going to watch operas and things as part of my area of study, which I loved. And I loved singing opera, but I didn't like the scene. I didn't like that I was like the youngest person by 10 years in my department in college, and I didn't dress right, and I didn't, listen to the same kind of music everybody else listened to. I listened to, like I said, I listened to some different kinds of stuff. So
I call you the queen because, like, for me, like you're up there. You're
thanks,
up there.
Julie. That is
No, like for real. It's true. It's like that's how I feel.
that's such a compliment coming from
No,
you.
that's
Especially,
how
my
I feel.
God, I have the chills and I could cry. Thank you.
No, like
Really
for
means
real.
a lot.
What got you into ska? If you were
Well,
in-
I grew up in Orange County, in Southern California. And like, so I just happened to be in the middle of all of it. Like, I went to high school with Real Big Fish, and I was at like one of their first shows, and
RBF.
yeah, and Suburban Rhythm and Skeletones.
Skeletones.
College, remember them? Oh my God, the
Yeah,
best.
of course.
Oh my God, they're literally my
Tall
first.
guy.
Yeah, they were my first love in the scene. I just saw them and Hepcat, and I just fell in love with them. They were my first loves in the scene, and then obviously Real Big Fish because they were all my friends, and I dated the bass player for a long time. And Suburban Rhythm was another band, and one of the guys from Suburban Rhythm, after Suburban Rhythm broke up, started a band, and he and I were friends from high school, and he's like, why don't he came, I remember him coming to my like dorm at Cal State Fullerton in Orange County while I was studying opera, and we were hanging out, and he was like, why don't you sing in my band, Larry? And I was like, huh, I guess that would make sense because I'm at all the shows and all my friends are in bands, and I was already in an all-girl ska band called the Shanties, and it was like a traditional ska, like first wave ska, all-girl ska band.
Oh.
Yeah, we covered songs like My Boy Lollipop and
Any recordings left? Any recordings out there?
I don't think so, no. There's one photo of us, and maybe one day I'll send it to you guys. I think it's on my Instagram somewhere, maybe on my personal Instagram, but we were cute. They were really cute. I was not as cute, but they were super cute and like knew the style and just knew it. All I knew how to do was sing, and all I knew was that I loved the music. And so, but
I was
anyway,
I
so
want,
that's what happened. I mean, I was in the middle of all of it at the right time.
I'm gonna ask you a question. So
Mhm.
you said you loved the two-tone, and I heard you went back and you did a song with Neville, which was
Yeah.
great. That's a good bridge to cross over and to bring, the meeting of the minds of the both worlds, right? Of the both sides of ska. Have you ever thought about doing something with Pauline?
I know Neville personally.
Right,
Pauline, I don't. But I was I was living in Birmingham because I knew Neville. I could just hop over to
right, right,
Coventry,
right. The Coventry.
hang out with him and his wife.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm friends with Neville, but so I have no idea how to get in touch with Pauline. But
Um,
man, and that would be amazing.
if I get in touch with her, I'm gonna pass her your way.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
because I think that's something that's waiting to happen. That's waiting to happen. Just like me and Neville is waiting to happen. And I keep telling him we need to do this soon, soon, soon. But I gotta come with the music. Yeah, that's something that's waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, you and Neville for sure need to do.
This guy's a videographer too, right?
No kidding.
Yes, yes. He's one of the best on the East Coast and West Coast.
I'm all right.
He
Man,
is.
that's really good to know.
He
I
is.
shot
He's like,
Cooley's last video.
What? Which Wu-Tang video did you do?
I do all the solo ones. So I did 2 for Master Killer, I did 2 for Capadonna, 1 for Raekwon. Yeah, pretty much I did 1 for everyone except for RZA, and he didn't want to do it because he films his own videos. Last one I shot was for Master Killer in Philly. We shot it on South Broad Street. It was kind of cool. Angelo Fishbone, I shot a movie with him. We were in
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah. I go back with Angelo maybe almost 20 years. Crazy guy.
I love those guys. I love the Fishbone guys. I love them so much. I love them all. Every last one of them.
That's right. And yeah, I think it's cool how music kind of unites everybody, East Coast, West Coast. If you listen to the same band, you'll be best friends right away.
It's true. I mean, it can unite people, but people have also used it as a reason to tear us apart. And
Be cool, cool guy stuff.
yeah, cool guy shit. I find I find music and art such a uniting force. It really unites people and brings us together. I can't imagine it not coming from a place of love. So all that other shit, it just blows my mind.
did you sing on She Has a Girlfriend Now?
I did.
That's
It
a
was
great
on the original.
The original one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's a great song too.
Yeah, it was great. I was 19 or something.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was pre-Say Ferris.
For
And,
real?
yeah.
Oh, I thought it was around the same time.
I
Because we
mean,
went out on tour with them. And he always had some guest singer come up there and try to sing it and everything else like that, or the audience would sing it.
yeah,
So, yeah, that was a great
it
song.
was very, very early Say Ferris, if not pre-Say Ferris.
Mm.
So we have another single. It's called Get Dancing. And I'm trying to get myself together to get this video filmed for it. Cooley, if you want to be in it, man.
Oh, I'd love to.
It's a long ways away, but from you, I'm on the other coast. But
When are you filming it in Venice?
I'm not sure yet. It's got to be soon though, because we leave for tour April 25th.
Oh wow.
And then we do parts of the US, and then we go to Europe, and then we come back and do more of the US, and then we go to Canada and Europe again. So it's going to be a hectic few months. I want to get the video done before we leave. Michael Bradford and I wrote this song together called Get Dancing. And it's just sort of like a mid-tempo ska beat. Sounds a little two-tony. And it's just about getting together with your friends and dancing, and about how, because I was like, nobody ever dances at shows anymore, but ska shows, we all get dancing. So That's kind of what the song's about. Getting
Nice.
up, getting dressed, looking cute, going out with your friends and dancing at a show. March 14th, we're at Belly Up in Solana Beach, San Diego.
Nice.
And then March 29th, we're in Las Vegas, Nevada, for a festival. Then April 26th, we launched the tour in Chicago. Then the next day, we're in Grand Rapids, then Madison, Wisconsin, then Milwaukee, Wisconsin, then
Oh.
Des Moines, Minneapolis, Omaha, Lawrence, Kansas, Wichita, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Then we're in Nashville, then Greenville, South Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, and then Orlando, Florida, then Jacksonville, Florida, then Pensacola, Florida. We've added 3 more dates: New Orleans, then Houston, Dallas, Oklahoma, then St. Louis. And then we go to Europe for the Slam Dunk Festival. And then, so we're Slam Dunk in Hatfield, UK, then Leeds, UK. Then we're playing on the 29th in Berlin. And then the 30th it's the SBAM Festival. And then we come back, and June 6th, we're in Brooklyn.
Oh,
wow.
And I have what's called the 5-minute warm up. I feel like in my experience, you know, we can tend to over warm up, like singers can tend to over warm up. And if you're on the road and you're warming up for 45 minutes to an hour before every show, that's a lot of use of your chords, you know?
Yeah.
So through the years, I've established a 5-minute warm up, and so far it hasn't failed me. And yeah, it's because I not only, you know, being trained in opera, I also had surgeries on both of my vocal cords. So I worked with voice pathologists to establish this warm up. And then when I had surgery on my neck, I had to work with voice pathologists after this surgery on my neck as well. So I've been able to kind of establish this warm up that kind of works great for me. And you make a bunch of weird noises that you try not to do in public because people will think you are crazy. Loco. People will think you are just wacky. So I personally don't enjoy doing it around anybody else I know or don't know. Like I said, I just sit in my room all day with this gal, styling her.
Styling, profiling.
Yeah, just styling. So I spend a lot of time just meditatively, quietly, air drying, combing, curling.
Got it.
So I do rest my voice a lot.
Very good.
What part of Brooklyn are you playing?
But we're at the Meadows.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good stuff.
okay.
Yeah. I think so. I'm not sure if that's been confirmed yet, but I think that we have a bid in for Brooklyn. And then we're in Lowell, Massachusetts on the 7th, and then Ardmore, Pennsylvania, at the Ardmore Music Hall on June 8th. Girl, originally I wanted to be a ballerina, and I was studying dance for from the age of 2 to 10. And then I decided I didn't want to dance anymore. And I thought, well, maybe I want to sing like Dad, you know? And so that's kind of how it got started. But my mom didn't sing.
So can you still do those can you
Not
break
really.
that? No.
I mean, I can, but it doesn't sound great. It doesn't sound like it used to. I'm more of a belter now, you know?
Oh, you definitely belt those things out.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm more of a belter. And I'm very grateful for the training that gave me that, you know? So.
And we're grateful for you singing and doing amazing dancing. That Jersey show the energy was 11 out of 10. It was insane the way you were dancing up there.
I mean, the most important thing is that you get to have a good experience at a Save Ferris show. And if not at our show, I just hope any live show. That's what I hope for us all, that we can all experience that, because it's there's nothing else like it.
living in London. I'm at home. I hit up Neville. He said he was in London, so he was coming to London, whatever. So we hung out in London. In fact, I said, I'm gonna come and see where you live, right? He came to my house, but we talk about that another time. So I went to go see where he lived. This guy takes me to a museum. I said, Neville, you got a fucking museum? Because I didn't know who he was. I didn't know who Neville Staples really was like that. I just know Neville as we went on tour and he's a good yard man and everything like that. I was like, Neville, you've got a museum? Dude, you got a museum. I said, you got a museum, man. I sounded like a fanboy, I said, you got a museum? Dude's got a museum. I was like, no, I didn't grow up on this, I didn't grow up on the special, so I didn't understand the history like that. I just he's in a band, came from England, blah blah blah. We're playing. I didn't know the history of what these guys achieved, So I just never was a cool dude. So Rankin Roger, I'm like, yeah, Rankin Roger, cool dudes, right? Like,
Right.
Pauline, yeah. But I didn't know the significance of their role in history and this music which we do. I just like their songs and stuff, and just like them as people. But when I went to England,
time, do you think?
it wasn't that long ago.
It was about 6 months ago.
It was a couple of years ago. Because I went home, just to chill out I randomly just go back to England. And I was in England and I wanted to see where he lived. So I got on the train, and I went out to Coventry. First time going to Coventry. And then Sugar and Neville met me at the train station. And he said, yo, before we go to the yard, right, we're gonna stop by this place over here. So I walked in, man. Two-tone village, plaques everywhere, two-tone history there, this, that. I was like, it was just unbelievable. It was unbelievable.
Two-tone village.
Two-tone village, bro.
We should do a two-tone village in New York City, dude.
We should.
We'll be like the host. Welcome to the two-tone village. Come on in. Where your
They got a cafe too.
What?
Dude, I was like,
do they serve green tea?
I did not eat. We went to eat Chinese. I think we went to eat Chinese at a Chinese restaurant. But I didn't know,
That's a cool story, man.
Dude, I didn't know who Neville Staples was, man.
Now you do.
So when he calls me now, I'm like, yo, Neville. And I'm like, yeah.
Oh my God, Neville's calling me. Oh my God.
And like Neville's calling me. Yeah, I did not know.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. You're like, I know that guy.
I know that guy, man. He came to my house, right? And my mom was like, it was her birthday too. He came on her birthday. So when he came to the house, my mother's sitting around. My mother's like a real aristocrat, right? And she's like, so what do you do then? I said, Jen, he's a rock star. He's a star. I think I've seen him somewhere. I don't know. Like he was nobody, right? And then because he just came from BBC, right? He was doing this television show. So he took out the press photo. I got it right here too. He took out the press. Dude signed it for her and signed one for me and gave me a shirt and everything. I was like, damn, I did not know it was like that. So big up Mr. Neville in that place.
Big up. Big up.
All of them, all of the two-tone crew from day one, you know what I mean? If not for them and the ones in Jamaica, we would not be doing this.
Yeah, my mom's was from Casablanca, Morocco. And
You're African.
Yeah, North African. I'm half North African.
God.
Yalla. Family always called me the white one because I never got like a taste for hot food. I like it, but it makes me cry in my mouth.
Well, I won't get you that kind of hot. I'll get it mild for you though.
I can't do spice either. Can't
Get
I
do
you
mean,
spice.
mild.
I say
yeah,
no
but my
spice.
family was always like with, jalapeno and harissa and like, blah, 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 blah.
That
I was like, I wasn't paying attention. I was like with Cooley in the merch area.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest thing. Like, you know how people hand out water or beers? This guy's
Yeah.
handing out peppers, and I didn't really look. So I ate the whole thing.
Oh,
Literally for 45 minutes, I'm running around. I'm like, you don't remember that? I'm like,
yeah,
Cooley.
yeah.
And I'm like, how long is this gonna last? He's like, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. For 45 minutes, I'm running around I had to jump in the water. At the water at
was
the
it
festival.
just raw?
It was just like a red, like pepper, like a red jalapeno. I just like put the whole.
That's not a jalapeno if it's red. That's like
Or what was it? It was
That's like
some kind,
something-
whatever it
That's
was. For 45 minutes, I was like,
was it just raw and you ate it seeds and all? Oh, you are wow.
no, I just didn't know. I was like, and then do you remember that, Cooley? I was like, dude. He's like, yeah, you kind of fucked.
Yeah, you gotta get some bread or something in your mouth.
Or milk or something. I don't know.
Bread, milk.
I
Yeah.
was like running around like this sucks.
Je m'appelle Coulerangs.
I like the French accent. I never heard the French accent from Cooley. I heard the Brooklynese.
Coulis, tu parles français?
Petit peu.
Un petit peu. Did your mother speak French? Or does your mother
School. From school.
from school? Okay.
Yeah, that's it. And I had a French girlfriend for like 11 years.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's another.
Say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another story. Yeah.
We're learning things. We're learning things on this podcast.
I do wish I had learned to speak Arabic, because that just, I mean, I wouldn't really have anybody to speak it with, but except my mom, who isn't with us anymore, and then, my aunts and uncles. But man, I wish I had learned that. But the only time my mom ever spoke Arabic was when she was upset at me, and I knew that was time for me to leave. She just started, and I'd be like, "Oh, I'm out of here. Bye bye." Or when my mom and her family were talking shit about us, they would speak in Arabic because they knew we could understand the Arabic, but we could understand the French. Right? So they would speak in Arabic, and we'd be like, "Oh man, somebody's in trouble now."
Oh, wow.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate your time, and it's an honor for you to be on our podcast.
The honor was all mine, truly. Nice. Thank you for having me, you guys. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
And I hope to see you soon. Wow, I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you for asking me, you guys. This was really fun. It was like hanging out with my buddies.